Tattoogle.com. Hello people, where is my head at? How are we? Let me just go ahead and put an effect on this so I'm not so bright and vibrant. Rightio. Okay, so let's how to use the tattoo calculator. Alright, let's use the tattoo calculator. First, you'll need your image. Tattoogle.com.au, top of that. Now this is just a tattoo image finder, and pretty much in the dictionary, if you type in say skull, it will come up with the skulls. So for an example like Google, where the images could be from anywhere, even a 5-year-old child's drawing, which is not bad if you want that as a tattoo, which I have much respect for anyone that did that. If it's your child and you love his first drawing, no problem. But in saying that, this is just images uploaded by tattooists, and if they choose to do that, they can just click image upload, which is right there, and upload an image, even their own drawings, and it will be submitted to Tattoogle. And that's about it. Make sure, obviously, if you want to expose yourself, put your Facebook link or name on your artwork so people can go from Tattoogle to you. Makes sense, eh? Rightio. So anyways, this is about a calculator, not Tattoogle. So let's get rid of that for now. Now, if you have a ruler or whatever, print out your image and then measure it the way I'm going to do it on the screen. I'm using a program which will show you, so I can record it, how to do so. And pretty much if you print it out, so let's pretend this is the A4 piece of paper that you printed out. There's the big piece of paper. What you're to do before you go to the calculator, and that is stretch, well, however it printed out, actually, not stretch it. Now, whatever the size is, now if you know it's going to be 15 centimeters by, well, let's say we printed it out that way. So let's mask this and make it down to 15 wide. Oh, 15 wide, width. So it's at 16 now, just drag a little bit more down, say 15.4, the 04 is good. So that is at the width. That image across there is that. Alright, well it isn't because I've got the white space. I better do this correctly so we all do it correctly. Alright, crop it. Alright, crop. Alright, now we'll know. So width is 15 point, perfect. Alright, so the image now is at that width. Alright, so 14, nearly 15. Alright, because you want to print it off first at the right size, obviously, because that's what you're getting tattooed, correct? Yes! Alright, now, 15 wide, okay? So there's, I'll put my head over here so we can talk as well. Hello! Alright, so pretty much, there's the image. It's printed out on some paper, alright? There it is right there. Now what you need to do to make the measurements, okay? Now go to the website, because you're going to put those measurements in there. Come on, open up internet. Alright, Mindsett, and the calculator, when it loads, click on Mindsett there, Mindsett, come down to the link which says the studio, and do browse some of the fashions in there if you want to have a nosy on through. And here's the studio section of Mindsett. And here we have this orange tab here. You've also got the tattoo calculator there or there, so click it there. And then it's going to have a little video which I'm updating with this now there. And then pretty much click here for the calculator. And there it is. That's the calculator. What are all these tabs for? Because each of the measurements you're putting in there. Now, as you can see, you're not going to be measuring this by, and I'll get it coloured ink. Red. Alright, and make it thick so we can see what we're doing. I think so, not thick enough. Not as thick as some, mate, not as thick as some. Well, that's quite thick, but anyway. Alright, there's the width, as we said, 15 wide by a height of 12, okay? So, we wouldn't be doing that because at the end of the day we've got these gaps here that we wouldn't be tattooing, so we couldn't measure that by that. So the idea of the calculator is pretty much boxing everything. Now you can't really eliminate everything, so you and your tattooist have to negotiate between what gaps are relevant. As you can see, it's quite a lot of space here and here. So if you want to be picky, I would assume probably maybe you've got 10 options to use, so maybe do them in longer rectangles like so. That way we're eliminating a lot of these bigger squares like that. Okay, as you can see, and we're sort of eliminating those spaces. Alright, we get the point, okay? So that's how you would get your measurements. So when you draw these rectangles in your image, you're measuring each of those boxes. Obviously you'd be pretty pedantic with the way you do this, but you've only got 10 options to input on the calculator, so utilize the 10 and that'll give you the answer. Now with each of them, for an example, this one has a height of 12.13, so you go to the calculator and height was 12.13 and the width was 2.11. 2.11. Right, now you get the idea. So pretty much I'll get rid of the image. Alright, and then we'll just make up a heap of dummy numbers. So 3.6 and 2.4. Just imagine that these were all from that image. 4.6, etc. 7.3 or 4, sorry. It doesn't matter where you put these on the box as long as they're mathing, well, their width by height each individual thing, okay? So all of these will individually times each other, and when you press calculate, it will transfer each total on the top, so you can confirm it yourself, equals the 25, well, for example, 2.11 times 12.13, so when you calculate this, it's there, equals 25.59 centimeters squared. And you'll notice that in each and all of these columns. If you didn't put any of these, don't worry. So each of them are there. They're already input into the tabs, which in the old model I made didn't, but anyways, we're advancing. So calculate, and that'll add all those up to make a total of 68.27 centimeters squared. Now, minimum charge, depending on pretty much other stores, but pretty much 20 centimeters squared is a good minimum charge. So anything within 20 centimeters squared doesn't get accounted for because of the smaller tattoos that other people's take. So there's a price for that, which is whatever your studio will charge. Pretty much, as you can imagine, if for an example it was $1 a centimeter squared and you only wanted a little star, you're only be paying $1. So that can't happen. Alright, so it has to be a minimum charge, and the minimum charge starts from 20 centimeters squared. So 68.27 was the total of all those times tables added. Minus it by the minimum charge size, 20 centimeters squared, calculate. And then that gives you 48.27. It's already put the total, right there. And now you're timesing that by the, as I said, the price per centimeter squared. So price rates varies. Pricing varies according to each studio. Please contact your local studio and prices per centimeter squared to further calculations. So, obviously you're going to do that because your tattooist might not charge 80 cents a centimeter squared, $1, and so forth. And it'll be charged obviously different for grey washing, or just outlining, or just whatever has to be done. So pretty much find out from your tattooist what his price will be per tattoo, or her price per tattoo centimeter squared is, and input that. So for example, let's just hypothetically say, big word, it was, let's just say, we'll say 80 cents for shits and giggles. Calculate that, and pretty much there it is there. So $38 is what it's come to, alright, by the 80 cents per centimetre squared. Now this is where it's plussing the minimum charge from that 20 centimetres squared we took off before. So as it says here, pricing varies according to each studio. Please contact your local studio on minimum charge rates for further calculations. So if their minimum charge is 60, 70, 80, 90 or 100, you put that in there. Okay, so let's just say it was $60 just for the sake of it. Calculate. We're not even getting to see my head. I'm nearly falling asleep here. Okay. But much fun, obviously. Alright, calculations. Now, total cost is $98.61. So depending on the tattoo studio or whatever, if you want to round your figures off or you actually want to charge to the cents, that's up to the tattooist. So you deal with that. In regards to the total cost, okay, setup in Mindsett Studio, there's a setup. Pretty much that covers your aftercare cream and all the disposable tools that are used, so you know that it's always brand new stuff. Well, you'd expect it, wouldn't you? Okay, now that isn't included, so pretty much you'd just go, oh yeah, that's 98 plus the 20, oh okay, 128, yep, no worries, easy peasy stuff. Alright, and pretty much that's about it. Actually, it's not 128, it's 118. Duh. Anyways, so pretty much, now, if this was a bigger figure, alright, a very expensive tattoo, an entire sleeve for sake, alright, now, let's just pretend that, alright, well, for example, the total was, we'll just leave it at $98 while it's there, okay? Now, let's just say this was, you're dividing it over that big amount, okay, breaking it down into visits, because obviously you're not going to be able to afford it. You've mathed out the entire size of this damn thing. Now it's like, alright, what size? I mean, how many visits can it take to do this? Work it out between your tattooists, and then you can divide that. Not bad, eh? So if it's only a little tattoo like this one, obviously $98 is going to be complete in a day. Alright, you want to have a receipt, print receipt. Okay? You can print your receipt. All good. But other than that, also, tattooist, if you want to you know, save it as a PDF, for example, alright, which you can do, alright, and then pretty much on Facebook just send them the image. So when they say, oh hello, can I have a quote, you just end up sending them that image and there's their quote. You didn't even have to do nothing, no typing, no nothing, pretty easy. So anyways, back to the story. Alright, so you're going to go down for visits, alright, all you have to do is pick between 2 to 11. Alright, so let's just say it was the 2, okay, calculate, and it'll take you to another receipt page where you can print that as well, saying congratulations, the total cost is $49.30 per visit over 2 visits. Obviously, well, you could maybe make it like something that size, that's up to the tattooist, so you have to talk to them about that. But that's about it. So to print the receipt, all you have to do is, as I said, press print there. If you want to do a new quote, just hit it there and it'll take you straight back to the start. And if you do like this calculator, it's helped you out. I'm sorry if I annoyed you in the chit chat of it all, but I had to explain it. You wouldn't want to sit there reading the instructions, would you? No. So at the end of the day, my name's Corey. Hope you enjoy the calculator that I believe was very needed, because it structures pricing and you don't have to sit there. It's one less stress for the tattoo to realise, oh, you know, I undercut myself, or I overcharged, or this person's whinging about the fact that you charge less than this. Everyone's got a set price. So here's my piece. Not bad. Peace, peoples, and have fun. Oh yeah, Tattoogle.com if you are needing to upload your artwork to somewhere direct. Google's good. Google inspired it. But in saying that, for the tattoo side of things, it needs to be a bit more simple. Okay? And in regards to the calculator, Mindsett.com, and any fashions, Mindsett.com. This is Corey. Goodbye. Tattoogle.com